beautiful friends. It's Amanda here, and today we're doing a good old-fashioned trying new makeup. I have a bunch of new and new to me makeup, a little bit of drugstore, a little bit of high-end, a little bit of indie. We just are dabbling in all the different types of makeup today. I've got a couple of things from L'Oreal. From their Lumi line, I have the Lumi Le Glow tint. I love a skin tint, so hopefully this is a decent match for me. And then I also have the Lumi Le Glass highlighters. I previously tried the Le Glow highlighters and I really liked those. So I've been wanting to try these ever since and see what the difference is. So we've got some new L'Oreal stuff to try out. Got a couple of things from NARS from their Hot Escape collection. I really like this stripy packaging. I think this is so fun and festive for like spring and summer. So we're going to test these out. Also have a couple of eyeshadow pencils from NARS. I've never tried these before, but these are the little shadow stick. I'm not sure if I will use these shadow sticks much because I have some new single shadows from Lethal. This is from their spring collection and I am very excited to try these. So we'll see how much stuff I can fit on my eyes today. Like I said, a little bit of everything. I have not tried any of these things yet. We're going to experience all these things for the first time together and hopefully my makeup looks good. We're going to start with a close-up look at my face with no makeup first. That way you know the starting point. And then we're going to start trying some of this stuff on. Okay, wish me luck. It's zoom in time. Whenever I show a complexion product, a coverage product, I always like to show you my skin with no makeup on first. And also just give you a little reminder that your skin is an organic structure. It is not meant to be perfect. And we all have lines and bumps and hairs and veins and things. And you should have that. That's good because you're a living mammal. Okay, let's move on. First, we're going to look at this L'Oreal Lumi Le Glow tint. This will run you about $17, although every time I have looked this up for information as I'm working on this video, it's been on sale at one retailer or another, so you probably can find this for a little bit of a discount if you bide your time. This skin tint comes in 16 shades, which isn't terrible for a skin tint, but this actually has a lot more coverage than I was expecting. So I do think that a couple more shades would be beneficial for this line just because each color isn't quite as flexible due to the amount of coverage that this formula has. Don't get me wrong, this definitely isn't a full coverage base product by any means, but it's just not nearly as sheer as I thought it would be. I'm using the shade 120 Neutral, and by the way, I will list all of the shades of everything that I use down in the description box as usual, so if I forget to mention, then make sure you check there. Here's a quick little side-by-side so that you can get an idea of what that coverage looks like compared to no makeup at all. I always find this helpful when I'm reviewing a new product, even just for my own information. I think that this 120 neutral shade is not a terrible match for me, but after wearing this again since filming this first impression that you're seeing now, I've found that using less actually makes for a nicer look color match wise. And I've also found that pairing this with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Stick Foundation works really well, almost like this as a glowy primer. But I do think that this looks nice on my skin on its own, thanks to that buildable light to medium coverage. My complexion looks a little evened out, and some of my redness is diminished. While I am someone who enjoys a glow, a glaze, if you will, a casually sweaty appearance, this might be beyond the line of just a little too much shine for me. I do need a little bit of a concealer, a little bit of powder. That really goes a long way for me as far as wearing this skin tint goes. It's not a just throw it on by itself type of product for me anyway. This is the NARS Afterglow Lip Oil. You can find four shades in this stripey limited edition Hot Escape collection packaging. They're priced at 28 bucks each, and I have two of the four shades available. There is the cult classic NARS Orgasm shade, and then this lovely little raspberry shade called Wondrous. Of the four Hot Escape shades, Wondrous is easily my favorite. These NARS lip oils have a bit of a gel-like texture that I really enjoy. They're super comfy, they're nice and juicy. That's really all I'm looking for out of a lip oil. That's all I can ask. Next, let's talk about some more L'Oreal products. This is the Lumi Le Glass highlighter. I've previously tested the Le Glow highlighters, and me swatching these immediately concerned because they're barely showing up. I think you can see them way better on camera than you can in life or in practice. As you can see here, once I started applying it to my face, it was doing a whole lot of nothing. Also, I was already very glowy from the skin tint, so this was just basically not adding anything of value to my face today. So I just gave up on that and I'm moving on to the NARS Hot Escape Cheek Palette. There are four different colorways for the cheek palettes in the Hot Escape collection. Hot Escape Cheek Palette 1 is light, then this one that I'm using is medium, then there's a medium deep and a deep version. I think this one is my personal favorite because this one has the blush and highlighter color combo that I think is going to work the most for me. I'm going first into the bronzer. This is a slightly deeper bronzer shade than I would typically choose for myself, especially being that I'm not somebody that wears a lot of bronzer every day. So I'm just using a light hand here. It's very easy to adapt and just use a little bit less. I'm also going to use this bronzer in my eye look later. So I love the versatility of this palette. And especially, I need this palette to have a lot of versatility and have a high use value because it is priced at $49. When it comes to NARS cheek palettes, I do find that they have a good value for their dollar if you are enjoying every single shade in there. I think that they tend to have really nice cheek formulas across a lot of different products, across a lot of different finishes. They tend to do face powders really well, at least for me, in my experience. I do hold NARS blushes, highlighters, bronzers in particular in very high regard, but that also means that I have very high expectations. And I am not disappointed here. I particularly love this highlighter. The texture of it is almost like a gel baked powder. I'm sure that I'm not describing that well, but it's just very silky and smooth. It's not a cream product by any means, but it has almost that slick type of feeling because it is so silky. So while I enjoy all four powders in that NARS cheek palette, I have to say the highlighter is probably my favorite in this one. I'm also going to be testing out some NARS eyeshadow sticks. These are the Total Seduction eyeshadow sticks. I have three shades. Ablaze is that light champagne. Hustle is a gorgeous, really warm coppery gold. And then a coppery red shade called Sparked. I am of two minds when it comes to these shadow sticks. I'm not a huge eyeshadow stick type of person, although I do appreciate the fact that this is a very convenient, very worthwhile type of product that a lot of people are going to like. And frankly, I really like these. This one in particular, Hustle. I can see myself actually getting a lot of use out of this. The color is lovely. It blends nicely. It wore beautifully for me throughout the day. I was very impressed, very happy because usually shadow sticks crease and disappear like crazy on me, and these really stayed in place. So, performance wise, I cannot be mad. However, when I opened this PR package, two out of the three of these shadow sticks were broken in transit. So that just lets me know I need to warn you to be cautious with these. They may break easily in transit, whether you are ordering them or whether you're packing them into your makeup bag or what have you. There is a risk that because they're so soft and silky and truly are lovely, easy to work with, but I think that makes them prone to damage. So just beware. I feel like I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't really bring that to your attention. I'm also going to wear this little shadow called Quartz from the new Lethal Cosmetics spring collection. I already previously reviewed and swatched and did comparisons and another look with these, so make sure you check out my previous video. But look how gorgeous this is. I think that this eyeshadow combo is so beautiful. I would 10 out of 10 wear this again. It's easy, it's cute, and like I said, it wore really nicely through the day. I finished my makeup, but I forgot. I have one new product here in my little new things to test box that I didn't grab for the intro, but I really want to try this out. I think today is an especially good day because this base product that I'm using is very glowy, and I have a feeling that this might be a little bit mattifying. This is the Easy Bake Setting Spray. It's new from Huda. It says to shake well. So we're going to shake well. I really like the top. It clicks like this instead of a cap that you remove. That's fancy. So let's see what the spray looks like first. All right, let's try it out. Ooh. It is as much on my shirt as it is on my face, but that's my fault. I did get a little bit of like droplets. Still look very glowy. I like the way my makeup looks. That is the ultimate takeaway from any one of these videos. I'm happy to keep wearing this through the rest of the day. So, all in all, more wins than losses. There are some things that didn't work as well for me. I am surprised and impressed by the coverage. I think the finish is nice. It's borderline a little bit too glowy for me. But I do like this overall. The only thing is the shade match. I use the shade 120 neutral. This should be a great match for me, and it's not terrible. I do think it's just a little bit slightly too deep, slightly too golden. There are two shades that are lighter than 120. They do have a 100 shade, which is a cool tone, and a 110, which is warm. I could, I guess, try the 100. Cool. This should be the right match for me, though. I have a feeling this will be the closest one, and it's just not quite perfect for me. So I feel very lukewarm towards this. I will say I like the skin tint a lot better than these Le Glass highlighters. I kind of knew that I was going to prefer the glow over the glass. These are just very face gloss, very clear face gloss. Ultimately, that's just not my jam. I'm glad I tried it. I have satisfied my curiosity about these. I'm going to stick with the glow version. If you like a face gloss, here's one for you. This just didn't do much for me. On the other hand, the NARS face palette, this is version 2. There are multiple different cheek palettes in this collection. I'm using 2. This is definitely a standout of this trying new makeup video. I liked all of the shades. I think these all worked well for me. I've had many great experiences with NARS cheek products and specifically their palettes in the past. So I expect that this will be no different. This is one of my top favorite things that I tried. The lip oil is nice. The color is pretty. I like the packaging. It's just a lip oil for me. Ultimately, it's not like changing my life, but it worked, so can't complain about that. Unsurprisingly, my other favorite from today, besides the NARS Cheek Palette, is the new Lethal eyeshadow. I think I'm gonna do a swatch video with all of these because there are some sparkly glosses too, and I want to do some lip swatches with those. So keep an eye out. I will get a little swatch and comparison and lip swatch video ready for you soon with these, but I already knew I was gonna like this. I was already a big fan of the Lethal Pure Metals shadow, so this was sort of a layup for me, but I like it nonetheless. And setting spray for me is something much like a mascara or a primer or something like that, that I really need to use several times before I decide how I feel about it, if it even does anything for me, if it's something that I would repurchase. Seems to have a nice mist. I like the little clicky packaging. Only time will tell for me with the setting spray. We need a couple wears to really get an idea if it's doing anything. But overall, I like the way my makeup turned out. I'm definitely excited to keep using a few of these things, especially the cheek palette and the new Lethal singles. But I would love to hear what you think about the products featured in this video. Are you interested in any of these? Have you already tried them? Maybe you've seen them in store. I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! That one crazy eyebrow hair. It's not just one. Who am I kidding? Hey. Alright. Did I remember everything? I feel like I'm forgetting something important. You never know. Okay. I didn't like that. Let's try that again. Huh? Okay. Doing great. Literally, my phone starts ringing. Anybody got time for that? Take 3, but it feels like take 1,000,000. And huh? My bears. What am I talking about? There it is. It's very shiny in person. It's very, very glowy in person. You know me, I love a glow, and I think it's very glowy in person. If that's what you're looking for, you're gonna get it. Maybe a little bit too much for me, but once I put other stuff with it, it'll be fine. It just broke. What the heck? As soon as I opened it, this came flying out. Crazy. Okay. Something to watch out for. These are probably fragile. Oh, that's a very pretty color, though. Too bad I just massacred the shadow stick. Okay, this bronze one is intact. Ooh, these are very silky smooth. The red one's broken too. Okay, these clearly break easily. Beware. They're so pretty, though. Huh? Keep an eye out for this video because I want to do some swatches with this with the other Pure Metals single shadows. And look at these lip glosses. Aren't these crazy? I want to lip swatch these because these look so, so shiny and so, so different from anything I have ASAP so that I make sure I have it done. Sometimes things get put on the to-do list and then they just stay there forever. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. And you know what? I think you're just a really nice person and you're nice to be around and I love your face. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.